Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
On this cold fake out by the weather people blizzard storm. Jared, I just saw you a moment ago. Where is he? Oh, back there. Remember in Monroe when they said it was going to snow? Buckets. Here I think they're not really sure what a bucket is. So welcome on this nice, cozy, toasty, in sanctuary evening. And James and I are thrilled to be here together. So I will pass it to you.
Yeah, we're going to start with the Nigun,
We
or
are.
let's start there.
So if you want to close your eyes for a nigun or keep your eyes wide open. Yai da 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 yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 yai da 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 da. Yai da da. Yai da da da. Yai da da ya da 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 da. Yai da da. Yai da da ya da 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 da. Yai da da. Yai da da da. There are no words, so sing with us. Yai da 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 ya da 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 da. Yai da 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 ya da 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 da. Yai da 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 ya da 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 da. Yai da da. Yai da da da. Yai da da ya da 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 da. Yai da da. Yai da da ya da 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 da. Yai da da. Yai da da da. Yai da 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 ya da 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 da. Yai da 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 ya da 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 da. Yai da 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 ya da 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 da. Yai da da. Yai da da da. Yai da da ya da 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 da. Yai da da. Yai da da ya da 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 da. Yai da da. Yai da da da.
So here we are. Shabbat has arrived. It might be hard to tell, but it arrived a little bit later than it did last week, which is a nice feeling. Every week when Shabbat comes around, it is our chance to slow down, to get in touch with ourselves. During the week, so many of us are racing around, rushing to answer emails and get to appointments, to be productive. And on Shabbat, we receive this gift of time. On Shabbat, we get to lean into who we are, who we truly are. We don't need to pretend. There's nothing to prove. And so if you are bringing in anything as we enter Shabbat, anything true, whether that is joy or sadness, it's all welcome here. We don't need to pretend. We are all perfect just as we are. We don't have anything to prove. We have inherent worth and dignity simply for being alive, simply for being here together. We begin on page 24 with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yeah. Sorry. Could you hear me? Now you can? You couldn't before. Okay, he didn't hear me.
My bad. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry.
We'll start again.
Sorry, Ed. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharek, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharek, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Asharek, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Thanks, Lanny. So much paraphernalia up here today.
We're going to get through it.
We are going to make it.
And so if you are new to Ner Tamid, if you haven't been here in a while, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, you should have grabbed a siddur on your way in. If not, they're right over there. We have bathrooms available outside and to the right. And if you want a gender-neutral bathroom or a handicap-accessible bathroom outside to the left through the office. If for any reason we need to exit the building tonight, in addition to the doors that you came in, there are doors all along the wall right here. We also have large print sidurs and hearing-assisted devices available. And if there are any new faces that you see, give them a smile. Let's make this community the friendliest place in Bloomfield tonight.
It might be the only place that's open tonight also.
So that should be an easy task for all of us. We are now going to move into formally welcoming Shabbat with the lighting of the candles and the Kiddush. Turn to page 3.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As the brightness reminds us of the generation of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own way and our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, shel Shabbat.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, be'ahava uvratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh, v'reshit, ki hu yom techila, למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Chaim. Is it real wine tonight?
It's real wine.
You did not make the grimace.
It's not my first glass.
That is true.
We continue on page 20.
Yidid nefesh avarakaman. Yidid
Page 10.
nefesh avarakaman. Mishochav decha yad halalai lai lai el ritzonecha. Mishochav decha yad halalai lai lai el ritzonecha. Yarutz avdecha kemo ayal yishachave lai 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 yalala lai 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 el mul hadarecha. Yarutz avdecha kemo ayal yishachave lai 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 yalala lai 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 el mul hadarecha. Now we move to page 20. Lechadodi ligrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelai yai chadodi ligrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelai shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad hishme'anu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shemo tiferet v'litzchila lechadodi ligrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelai yai chadodi ligrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat Billah likrat Shabbat lechuven elcha ki mekor habracha merosh mikedem nisucha sof maaseh b'makshavat chila lechadodi ligrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelai yai chadodi ligrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri kiva orekumi uri uri shidaberi kevoda donai alai nikla lechado dili gratkala yalalai pene Shabbat nekabelai ai chado dili gratkala yalalai pene Shabbat nekabelai.
We rise.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha uvetzola toch emunei am segula boi kala lechadodi legratkala yalalai b'nei Shabbat nekabela yairai lechadodi gratkala yalalai b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
We stay standing and turn to page 28.
Yadadai, Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Le'olam Va'ed Yadadai Please be seated.
According to the Talmud, as the sun began to set on the sixth day, the day that humanity was created, Adam became afraid. He thought that the world was ending. He cried, and Eve cried with him. And then, after hours, their eyes aching, there emerged a faint glow along the horizon. Dawn began to break, and Adam realized that such was the order of the world. Night gives way to day, darkness to light. No matter how thick the darkness, no matter how all-encompassing, all-consuming, it always gives way to light. Such is the order of the world. And as we wait, as we stare desperately out onto the horizon with hope, with expectation for a new day to begin, we have each other, perhaps like Adam and Eve, to cry with, perhaps to laugh with, certainly to hold, certainly to love. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
We move ahead with an interpretive prayer for Ahavat Olam, everlasting love, as we focus up on the screen for the words. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us, even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us, even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us, even when we too are bitter to hear. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us, even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us, even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. Page 34. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha vidibarta baham b'shiftecha b'veitecha uvlektecha vadarech uvshochbecha uvekumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beineinecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot. That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Page 40.
Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 yai dai 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 dai. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neda b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Malekutecha ra'u vanecha, okei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'lianu v'yamiru. Ze'elianu ve'amiru Adonai yimlo olam va'ed Adonai yimlo le'olam va'ed Yai dai 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 Yai dai 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 Yai dai 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 yai dai 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 Yai dai 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 yai dai 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 V'ne'emar ki fad Adonai et Yaakov U'ge'elo mi'achazak mimenu Baruch ata Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. So I think if we turn carefully, we will see the slide for Hashkivenu. It will magically appear in a moment. There it is. Okay, Ed. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom V'hakmikdeinu Shomrei Nu L'chaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom V'hakmikdeinu Shomrei Nu L'chaim Ushmor Tzeiteinu Uvoeinu L'chaim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Sometimes I lay under the moon and I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon. 'Cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom V'hakmikdeinu Shomrei Nu L'chaim.
Page 43. Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Amen.
Page 44, Yismachu. Yismachu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshei, Mekadeshei Shevi Shabbat. Kulam Yismehu v'yetaku mituvecha Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. V'hashvi ratzita bo v'kidasho Shabbat. Chemdat yamim oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Zecher l'maaseh, l'maaseh v'reishit Shabbat. Zecher l'maaseh, L'maaseh v'reishit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat.
We rise and turn to the next page.
Adonai sefatav tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha.
We continue silently with the words in the Siddur or those in your heart through page 62. And when you're finished, please be seated. We never leave our prayer, our silent prayer, that is, without us offering a prayer for peace in some manner, shape, or form. So if you're on page 62 and you need the words for Oseh Shalom, or you're going to look up on the screen, let's add a little piece to this action. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael.
A prayer for Israel, written by a classmate of mine, Hannah Ellenson. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, we ask that you bless the state of Israel and all of Israel's inhabitants. Makor Chaim, source of life, bless and strengthen those who defend the land and ensure their safe and speedy return home. Protect them and guide them. Kadosh Baruch Hu, holy and blessed one, show Israel's leaders your paths so that they may act with wisdom, courage, and dedication, and that they may be unwavering in their pursuit of peace. Strengthen their hearts, but keep their hearts from hardening. Adonai Poked, God who remembers. There are more than 100 people currently being held hostage in Gaza who are thought to still be alive, including Oded Lifshitz, aged 83, Guy Gilboa Dalal, 22, Evitar David, 23, Naama Levi, 19, Bipi Joshi, 23, Edan Alexander, 19, Nathapong Pinta, 35, Shiri Bibas, 32, Yarden Bibas, 34, and their sons Ariel, 4, and Kfir, who just turned 1 this week. Matir Asurim, freer of captives, return all who are kidnapped safe and sound to their homes without the spilling of more innocent blood, without any more souls being tarnished by horrific acts. Baal Harachamim, master of compassion, help us hold the humanity and the heartache of the Jewish people, of all residents of the state of Israel, while also holding the humanity and dignity of the Palestinian people. As we are made in your image, remind us of your ways. Spread over us a shelter of peace and fulfill the vision of your prophets. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again know war. And together we say, Amen.
We turn ahead to page 253. As each time we gather together in prayer, we offer this Misha Berach, a prayer for those in need of healing. And I'll ask you in a moment for names, and Matt will also put up the listing of names as well. Misha Berach Avotenu Vimotenu, Avraham Yitzchak V'Yaakov, Sarah Rivka Rachel V'Leah, Hu Yivarech et HaCholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say, Amen. Please join me. Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha li'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha li'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. In this week's Torah portion, Parshat Bo, the Egyptians suffer the final 3 plagues, which is interesting. Last week's Parsha details 7 plagues. Why this uneven distribution? Why didn't our ancestors break the plagues up into groups of 5 and 5? Or better yet, why not read all 10 plagues in the same Parsha? When we get to the 10 Commandments later on in the book of Exodus, they are presented as a self-contained unit within a single Parsha. Why are these final plagues of locusts, darkness, and the death of the firstborn set apart? Why are they grouped together? According to Professor Gary Rensburg of Rutgers University, it is because they are all directed against a common enemy, the sun. And it is through this lens that these plagues take on a new significance. Because for the Egyptians, the sun was more than Et Hamaor Hagadol Lememshelet Hayom, the greater light to govern the day. For the Egyptians, the sun was a god, the supreme god, the god who reigned as the very first pharaoh, Ra. The story being told here is not merely a contest between Moses and Pharaoh. This is a battle between monotheism and polytheism. And a close reading of the text tells us as much. Adonai imachem, Pharaoh tells Moses at the beginning of this parsha. God is with you. Ki ra'a neged penechem. In any copy of Torah that you pick up here, this will most likely be translated as, clearly, you are bent on mischief. This is a more literary translation of what might literally be translated as, indeed, evil or wickedness is set before your face. But because Torah began as an oral tradition, long before it was ever written down, we have to think about how this line sounds. Even today, Torah is something that is heard, that is chanted. Ki ra'ah neged penechem, or if it is chanted, Ki ra'ah neged penechem. Indeed, ra'ah is set before you. Ra'ah. Ra. You have God, says Pharaoh. We have Ra. And so this contest takes on a new flavor. Vayachas et ayin kol haaretz. The locusts came and covered et ayin, the eye of the land. Again, a literal translation feels clunky, and so many rewrite this verse to read, the locusts hid the land from view. But whose view? Whose eye? As you may remember from elementary school or from the Mummy movies, Ra is often symbolized by an eye. Et ayin. The eye of Ra was covered, the sun was blocked out, and the land fell into darkness. And then there is the plague of darkness, which lasts for 7 days. For 7 days, the sun was unable to penetrate the thick darkness that had swallowed Egypt. Once again, Ra was banished. And then comes death, which strikes kechatzot halayla, at midnight, when the sun is at its most distant. At midnight, which is the complete inverse of noon, when the sun, when Ra, is strongest. If the first 7 plagues are directed against Pharaoh and his magicians and his people, the last 3 seem to take aim directly at Pharaoh's God. And in this divine struggle, this primordial battle between light and dark, ours is the God of darkness. Is that surprising? Laying it all out like this, it surprised me. We tend to glorify light and vilify the dark. So often we think of light as comfort and warmth and knowledge, while the dark is frightening and cold and hidden. But seeing it laid out like this also confirmed something that I think I've known for a long time, a truth that has been building within me, fighting to find articulation. We are a people of the night. We mark time by the dark, in the dark. Vayhi Erev, vayhi Vocher. There was a night and there was morning. Our days begin with dusk, not dawn. And we mark our months, our years, against the waxing and the waning of the moon. As the Sfat Emet, a 19th century Hasidic rabbi, taught, Israel orders its calendar by the moon, for it is used to living in the night of history. And with our cultural preference for day and for light, this statement might sound pessimistic. But in a Jewish sense, there is actually something profoundly optimistic in his characterization. Rabbi Sharon Brous of Ikar asks what it means that we orient ourselves around a light that is not always there. The moon, she writes, like our spirits, is an object in motion. We know that in the course of a month, the moon will gradually diminish until all that is left is the dark. And we know that that dark is only temporary, that the moon will return and grow and gather strength. Orienting our calendar around the moon, she continues, means that hope is a muscle we practice month after month, year after year, generation after generation. It is a muscle that gets stronger as we use it. For a people of the sun, the dark is frightening. According to the text, the plague of darkness paralyzed the Egyptians. For 3 days, they were unable to move. Of course, they couldn't. As Ibn Ezra writes, Ana yalchu below or. Where could they go without light? But the Israelites weren't affected. As a people of the moon, as a people attuned to the ebb and flow of light in the night, we have learned how to see in the dark. And that is a great gift, a divine gift. As the poet Rilke writes, and as I often quote, you, darkness of whom I am born, I love you more than the flame that limits the world to the circles it illumines and excludes the rest. But the darkness embraces everything, shapes and shadows, creatures and me, people, nations, just as they are. The darkness embraces everything, just as they are. That description sounds a lot like God to me. And suddenly, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with the thought that ours is a God of the dark, of the night. Shabbat Shalom.
We close our service on page, oops, almost slipped on that one. 282 for Aleinu, please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. יש כוכבים שאורם מגיע ארצה, רק כאשר הם עצמם עבדו ואינם. There are stars up above, so far away, we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with the people we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the stars that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We have come to the moment in our service where we turn our thoughts to sacred memory. As I call the name of your loved one whose yahrzeit is this week, I invite you to rise. Norman Ackerman, Jason Edelman, Harvey Bass, Joseph Bianco, Linda Blair, Jack Bach, Elaine Borowski, Jane Breslau, Robert Buckbinder, Samuel Cohen, Sophie Daniels, Hillel Felder, Edna Fine, Beatrice Schweitzer Frank, Iris Geller, Pauline Gittleman, Floyd D. Gold, Helen Goldberg, Norman Ellie Goldberg, Rosalie Goldfarb, Elaine Gorfinkel, Howard Hirsch, Philip Holland, Barney Jacobs, Howard Kagan, Jesse Kaplan, Mo Kaplan, Carol Lane, Nathan Latifi, Francois Laurent, Rana Lavner Rose, Sharon Lawyer, Rose Lazar, Mark J. Leader, Ruth Lefkovic, Doris Levy, Lyle Bundy Lipschitz, George Malloy, Hyman Mandel, Morris Margolius, Erwin Michelson, Eleanor B. Morris, Joseph Nelson, Jerry Peters, Isidore Solomon Pfeffer, Rose Spiegel Pollack, Isidore Protas, Julius Rettig, Ruth D. Rich, May Sachs, Ida Sapir, Bob Sarlin, Anita Scherer Reichs, Michael Schramm, Bernard Schwartz, Harris E. Shannon, Israel Shapiro, Frida Schubes, Teresa Silber, Dorothy Smith, Bernard J. Spingham, William Stein, Charles Tucker, Sol Weitzelman, Emmanuel Zverlig, and those who are in their Shiva and Shloshim periods of mourning, Rosalind Engelmeyer, mother of Malki Sineski, Melinda Melman Siegel, cousin of Bob Melman, June Melman, sister-in-law of Bob Melman, Beatrice Slater, grandmother of Jamie Bedrin, Joseph Wojak, partner of Diane Horowitz, Florence Horowitz, mother of Farah Pak. And if you are remembering someone whose name I did not mention, I invite you to rise and share their name with us. Thank you. We all rise in support of the mourners in our community, in the memory of the 6 million, and in memory of the many thousands who have lost their lives in Israel and in Gaza. The mourners' Kaddish can be found on page 294. Yikadal v'ikadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kusha b'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Together we say, Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing.
Amen.
You may
Please
be seated.
So if you, on your computer with the Garrett go like this, you're going to have to flick way down. It's really long. There are lots of things going on. Tomorrow morning at 8:30, there is Torah study online. Do you remember who's leading it? I can't remember. Somebody's leading it. There's a big group that's online. So if that's your gig, join it. They have like 20 to 30 people that sign on to this thing. And you don't have to be a major Torah scholar to do it. It's just fun if you like to wake up that early. At 10 o'clock, there is a casual minyan. I will be co-leading it with my buddy over here, and Paul Smith will be leading our Devar tomorrow. And then following service tomorrow morning, there will be a Tish, and Lori Hornick is co-leading with Rabbi James, and there'll be a lovely lunch. In gratitude, I might say, from me for all those that have been supportive while I've been healing from this fast healing surgery. There are lots and lots and lots and lots of other things. The biggest thing that I'd like you to focus on is our gala, which is February 3rd. Sign up, come put something in the journal. Remember, it's a fundraiser. It'll be a fun raiser too, so come join us. Other than that, just go on your computer or on your phone, and you'll see lots and lots and lots of things going on. Do you want to add anything?
If you sign up for dinner, we're going to be somewhere afterwards. Meeting room. So I'll see you there.
That's for the 20s and 30s. So the rest of you guys that are not 20s and 30s, we have to hit the road. Unless you want to poof become the 20s and 30s again. So our final closing piece this evening is Biyado, and the words will be up on the screen. Biyado av kiruchi, b'yet ishan v'yahira, v'imruchi geviati, Adonai li v'lo ira, v'imruchi geviati, Adonai li v'lo ira. My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Save me in your hand. Ed, thank you for this evening. Matt, thank you. Shabbat shalom to all those online.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom to all that are here.